Hey everyone, welcome to Commander's Corner, and today we're looking at Zoraline Cosmos Collars and 15 cards that go with it. For one, a white and a black, we get a Flying Vigilance 3/3, and whenever you bat you control attacks, you gain 1 life. Whenever Zoraline enters or attacks, you may pay a white and a black and 2 life. When you do, return target non-land per card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield, with a finality counter on it. The main strategy of Zoraline is to generate bat tokens or bat creatures and use your life as a big payoff. So to do that, we're going to be running Aquazot's The Deepest Betrayal. For 3 and 2 black, we get a legendary bat god with flying lifelink, that's a 4/4, and whenever Aquazot's attacks, each opponent discards a card. For each opponent who can't, you draw a card, and whenever opponent discards a land, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. And when Aquazot dies, return it to the battlefield tapped and transformed under its owner's control. We're adding Desecrated Tomb. For 3 mana, we get an artifact with whenever 1 or more creature cards leave your graveyard, create a 1/1 black bat creature with flying. Next up is Regal Bloodlord. For 3, a white and a black, we get a Vampire Soldier that's a 2/4 with flying. At the beginning of each end step, if you gain life this turn, create a 1/1 black bat creature token with flying. This is just to generate more bats. After that, we're also adding Starscape Cleric. For 1 and a black, we get a Bat Cleric that's a 2/1 with flying. It also has Offspring, so you may pay an additional 2 and a black as you cast this spell. If you do, when this creature enters, create a 1/1 token copy of it. And whenever you gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Although this creature can block, so we could double drain our opponents. To capitalize on all this token making, we're running Merk with bats. For 3 and a black, we also get a bat that's a 2/3 with flying, and whenever you create or sacrifice a token, each opponent loses 1 life. To accelerate our life gain plan, we're also running Cleric class. It's an enchantment class. It costs 1 white, and if you would gain life, you gain that much life plus 1 instead. We can level it up to level 2 for 3 and a white. Whenever you gain life, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. And at level 3 for 4 and a white, when this class becomes level 3, return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield, and you'll gain life equal to its toughness. Now since we gain so much life, we need stuff for the payoff for it, so we're running Black Market Connections. For 2 and a black, we get an enchantment with, at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, choose 1 or more. Create a treasure token and lose 1 life, draw a card and lose 2 life, or create a 3/2 colorless shapeshifter creature token with Changeling and lose 3 life. And changelings have every creature type, so they'll be considered bats as well. And to add a little bit more spice on top of all this, we're running Basilica Screecher. For 1 and a black, we get a flying bat. The most important part of this is it has Extort. So whenever you play another spell, you can play a white or a black to drain each opponent for 1 life and you gain that much life. And another utility bat we're running is Darkstar Augur. For 2 and a black, we get a Bat Warlock with Offspring. We pay 1 black to make an additional copy of this when we cast a spell, and we make a 1/1 copy of it. It has flying, and at the beginning of your upkeep, reveal the top card of your library and put that card in your hand. You lose life equal to its mana value. Basically just extra card draw to refill your hand. Now for each bat we're attacking with, we get an instance of life gain. And to capitalize on that, we're running Malaker Familiar. For 2 and a black, flying Death Touch, we get a 2/1 where whenever you gain life, Malaker Familiar gets +1 until end of turn. For each bat you attack with, it's going to give it +1/+1, so it can grow big pretty fast. We're also including Ripples of Undeath. For 1 and a black, we get enchantment where at the beginning of your pre-combat main phase, we mill 3 cards and we may pay 1 and 3 life, and if we do, we put a card among those cards into your hand. So just more card draw at the cost of life. And finally, the game-ending cards. Veto, Thorn of the Dust Rose. For 2 and a black, we get a legendary creature Vampire Cleric, where whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life, and you can pay 3 and 2 black to make your creatures control gain lifelink until end of turn. In case Veto gets killed, we're also running Sanguin Bond for 3 and 2 black. Whenever you gain life, target opponent loses that much life, except in enchantment form. Because we're gaining so much life, we're also running Aether Flux Reservoir. For 4 generic mana, we get an artifact, and it reads, whenever you cast a spell, you gain 1 life for each spell you've cast this turn. And you can pay 50 life. Aether Flux Reservoir deals 50 damage to the target creature or player. Now, Sanguin Bond, Veto, and Aether Flux Reservoir combos with one card specifically, Exquisite Blood. For 4 and a black mana, we get an enchantment where whenever an opponent loses life, you gain that much life. How it works is with Veto and Sanguin Bond, if you gain 1 life, you drain them, and then when you drain them, you gain another life, creating an infinite loop. And with Aether Flux Reservoir, after you shoot them for 50, you'll gain 50 life to shoot the next person, so it's a big game ender. Anyways, feel free to modify and change any of these suggestions to fit your needs in your playgroup. But thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!